All right, let's talk about something I think pretty much everyone has felt at some point. It's that frustrating feeling of being super ambitious. You have these big dreams, but you also feel, well, lazy. You know you want to do great things, but finding the energy to actually do them? That's a whole other story.
I mean, does this sound familiar? You've got these incredible ideas swirling around in your head. Maybe it's a new project, a fitness goal, or a skill you want to learn. But when it's actually time to get started, poof, the energy is just gone. And you tell yourself, oh, I'll get to it tomorrow. But that tomorrow never quite seems to show up, does it?
Yep, this is the daily battle, right? On one side, your ambition is yelling, write a book, get fit, learn something new. But then your reality kicks in and you're just scrolling on your phone or you're deep into another season of a show on TV. It's this constant tug of war between the person you want to be and the habits you currently have.
So first up, let's just put a name to this. We're going to call it the ambitious lazy paradox. And look, the most important thing to get right away is that feeling this way doesn't mean you're a bad person or you're truly lazy. Nope, there's a real scientific reason this happens.
Here's the thing you have to understand. This is not a character flaw. It's not that you don't care about your goals, you absolutely do. The real problem is that the task just feels overwhelmingly huge. It's like you're standing at the bottom of a mountain, looking all the way up to the peak, and the sheer scale of it is just paralyzing.
Okay, so what is actually going on inside our heads when we're faced with one of these giant goals? This brings us to section 2, where we'll look at what's happening with your brain when a task feels too big.
It really comes down to this. Your brain has a very, very simple prime directive. Avoid pain and seek comfort. That's its main job. And a massive, intimidating goal, well, that registers in your brain as pain. But scrolling through your phone, watching TV, that is pure, easy comfort. So your brain is just doing what it's programmed to do, steer you towards the easy path.
And this right here is maybe the most powerful idea we're going to talk about. Laziness isn't a personality trait. It's not who you are. It's just a habit that your brain has learned over time. And you know the best thing about habits? They can be broken and they can be changed.
So the big question is, how? How do we actually change that habit? Well, that brings us to the heart of it all. Section 3, a super simple 3-step fix that's designed to outsmart your brain's natural desire to take the easy way out.
It's kind of like a 3-pronged attack. First, we're going to make the task so small it's almost impossible not to do it. Second, we're going to create simple routines that run on autopilot. And third, we're going to use the magic of the 2-minute rule to just get the ball rolling.
All right, let's break this down. Step 1 is make it small. I mean, laughably small. Think about it. You'd never try to jump to the top of a mountain in one go. You just focus on taking that very first step. We're applying that exact same thinking to our goals.
And here's what that actually looks like in the real world. Forget about the goal, write a 200-page book. Your new goal is just write 1 sentence. That's it. Instead of learn a whole song on guitar, it's just practice 1 chord. See, your brain looks at that and thinks, okay, yeah, I can do that. That's not scary at all.
Okay, on to step 2, create easy routines. Because here's the deal with willpower. It's like your phone's battery. It starts at 100% in the morning and just drains throughout the day. If you're only counting on willpower to get things done, you're setting yourself up to fail. Routines are the answer. They put your good habits on autopilot.
And we're not talking about some complicated hour-long morning ritual here. It's simple stuff. If you want to exercise more, just put your shoes right by your bed before you go to sleep. It removes an obstacle. It's one less decision you have to make. You're basically paving a smooth little on-ramp for your future self.
And this leads us perfectly into the final piece of the puzzle. Step 3, the 2-minute rule. We all know this is true, right? The absolute hardest part of doing anything is just starting, getting off the couch, opening the laptop, that initial push. This rule is a genius-level hack for exactly that moment.
The rule itself is so simple, it's beautiful. Whatever the task is that you're putting off, just make a deal with yourself that you only have to do it for 2 minutes. That's the whole commitment, just 2 minutes. I mean, anybody can do almost anything for just 2 minutes, right?
I love this way of thinking about it. It's like pushing a heavy ball on a flat surface. That very first shove takes all the effort, but once it starts rolling, it's so much easier to keep it going. The 2-minute rule is that first shove. It's designed to break the inertia, and more often than not, you'll find you just keep on rolling.
Okay, so we've diagnosed the problem and we've laid out the 3-step fix. Now, for our final section, let's talk about how to put this all together and actually light that fire, starting today.
I really want you to let this metaphor sink in. Your big dream is a fire, and right now, maybe it's just a tiny little spark. That's totally okay, because every small action you take, every single sentence you write, every one chord you practice, every 2 minutes of work, that's like throwing a little piece of kindling on that spark. And if you keep doing that, day after day, you're gonna have a bonfire.
So, let's just boil it all down one last time. This is your game plan. Number 1, make it small. Number 2, build easy routines. And number 3, start with just 2 minutes of effort. That's it. That's the entire playbook.
And please, remember this one last thing, because it's so important. This is not about being perfect. You are going to miss days. You're going to have moments where you feel lazy. That is just being human. The real goal isn't perfection, it's consistency. Small, consistent efforts are what build up to massive, life-changing results over time.
So I'll leave you with this question. Don't worry about next week or even tomorrow. What is one tiny 2-minute action you can take today to add a little fuel to your fire? What tiny spark are you going to light?